Good, happy Tuesday morning, July 2021. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Tuesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. It's time to rise and shine and get this Tuesday off to a good start. So sit back, relax, grab a good cup of coffee, and enjoy this Tuesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King, where we have a little bit of everything for you in this program. And let's get started and begin. First up, alarming surge in COVID-19 cases due to the Delta variant. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Tonight, the Delta variant fueling an alarming rise in cases across this country. Authorities say those ending up in the hospital and the rise in deaths, largely among the unvaccinated. But this is affecting the vaccinated too, so-called breakthrough cases, not as severe, but it's happening. And with the school year set to begin, the growing debate tonight, should everyone in schools be wearing masks, given the millions of school children 12 and under who aren't eligible for a vaccine yet? Tonight, the American Academy of Pediatrics now breaking from the CDC and recommending that all students wear masks, even the teenagers who've been vaccinated. COVID cases rising in 48 states tonight, averaging about 30,000 new cases a day in this country. And take a look at the map from the CDC tonight, tracking cases in just the past month. The red areas on the map showing where the virus is spreading most quickly. Many of those areas where the vaccination rate is low, hospitals in those areas struggling to meet the need tonight. And that new guidance from the American Academy of Pediatrics will no doubt lead to more questions for parents about what to do. Also tonight, the State Department warning about travel to the UK, the alarming numbers there. And the Olympics tonight, just days away, 2 more American athletes testing positive, more than 60 in the Olympics bubble, positive for the virus. ABC's Steve Osunsami leading us off tonight from the CDC in Atlanta.
Public health officials tonight are frightened by the direction the numbers are heading. New COVID infections in the United States are now averaging about 30,000 cases a day, and it's because of the Delta variant of the disease. Nearly every state except South Dakota and Wyoming is seeing the number of new cases starting to rise again.
Virtually all hospitalizations and deaths are occurring among unvaccinated Americans. These tragedies are avoidable.
The numbers are where we were last fall, long before the vaccines and before the average number of new cases multiplied months later. The CDC is sharing this map tonight to make a point. The areas in red are places where the virus is now spreading the fastest, and these happen to be many of the same places where vaccination rates are the lowest.
Most people will either get vaccinated or have been previously infected, or they will get this Delta variant. And for most people who get this Delta variant, it's going to be the most serious virus that they get in their lifetime in terms of the risk of putting them in the hospital.
A doctor at a regional hospital in Arkansas has recorded this plea to the community, saying that his new patients who have refused to get vaccinated are now wishing they made a different decision.
The regret and remorse on their face and fear. I can't show you, I can't describe.
There's now a new push for wearing masks. In Los Angeles tonight, they're required to be worn indoors again. And with school, with in-person instruction set to start in a few weeks in many places, a leading pediatrics organization is going against the recommendations of the CDC, telling parents that students and teachers should all be masked up because so many students aren't yet allowed to be vaccinated. Adam Joseph, a meteorologist at our station WPVI in Philadelphia, understands the concern.
We kind of feel like we failed as parents.
He and his husband are vaccinated, but his kids are too young to get the shot. He says he invited an unvaccinated relative to his home who later tested positive for COVID-19. His children are now sick, and so is their nanny.
Please, if you are not vaccinated, do not go around children who are under 12. They are so vulnerable right now.
And so let's bring in Steve Osensami with us tonight. And Steve, with the Delta variant spreading here in the U.S., it's something we're seeing elsewhere, too. In the U.K. tonight, the alarming numbers there. And in fact, the CDC and the State Department tonight warning Americans that they should avoid traveling to the U.K.
That's right, David. This is the highest level of travel advisory from authorities here at the CDC, a level 4. And it's because of the large number of new COVID cases they're seeing in the UK every day. About 50,000 new cases a day. That's a lot more than what we're seeing in the United States, in a country that is a fraction of our size. David?
Steve Osensami leading us off tonight. Steve, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Florida man sentenced on felony charge in Capitol siege. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Let's get back to breaking out your go-to moves and trying out some new ones. This will be
the first Capitol rioter has now been sentenced to prison on felony charges. The image of him seen around the country and the world for that matter. Paul Allard Hodgkins captured in this image after breaching the Senate chamber. What the judge said to him today about this image, about his role. Here's our senior national correspondent, Terry Moran, tonight.
Paul Hodgkins joined the mob that stormed the Capitol, and he made it all the way to the floor of the U.S. Senate, as you can see in this video captured by Luke Mogelson of The New Yorker. Hodgkins, who brought goggles, glove, and a rope with him, pled guilty to one felony count of obstructing an official proceeding, admitting he was trying to stop the constitutional process of Congress certifying the election. In sentencing Hodgkins today, federal judge Randolph Moss noted that he was also carrying a Trump flag. This symbolism is unmistakable, the judge declared. In that act, he captured the threat to democracy we all witnessed. He was staking a claim on the floor of the U.S. Senate, not with an American flag, but with the flag of a single individual over the nation. Hodgkins, who prosecutors acknowledge committed no act of violence, spoke with remorse and regret. I put passion before my principles, which resulted in me violating the law for the first time in my life, he said, adding, I wish to state that I completely acknowledge and accept that Joseph R. Biden Jr. is rightfully and respectfully the President of the United States. Prosecutors wanted a sentence of 18 months in prison. The defense asked for house arrest. In the end, Judge Moss sentenced Hodgkins to 8 months in prison, 2 years probation.
All right, Terry Moran live in Washington tonight. And Terry, more than 200 people we know have been charged with felonies stemming from the attack on the Capitol. And this first sentence today could perhaps give a sense of the level of punishment that might be possible in some of these cases.
That's right, David. And many of the people who attacked this Capitol, trying to stop the election, they face much more serious charges, weapons charges, assaulting police officers, and the like. And based on the sentence that Paul Hodgkins received today, they are looking at hard time in federal prison. David?
Terry Moran at the Capitol tonight. Terry, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. U.S. gymnast tests positive for COVID-19 days before the game. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Tonight, authorities had feared this at the Tokyo Olympics, now just days away. And a member of the U.S. women's gymnastics team has tested positive in Japan, and U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff testing positive before leaving and forced to withdraw. And tonight here, the alarming number from inside the Olympic bubble, where they're trying to keep athletes and coaches healthy and safe. At least 61 people have now tested positive for the virus. ABC's James Longman from Tokyo tonight.
Tonight, COVID-19 defeating some Olympic athletes before they've even had a chance to compete. Heartbreak for 18-year-old Kara Aker, an alternate for the US women's gymnastic team, testing positive in Japan. Her family saying she had been vaccinated. Aker now quarantining along with another alternate. USA Gymnastics stating they're in a separate training facility and will continue their preparation for the games.
The biggest disappointment is that, this takes her out of it completely.
The news just hours after tennis star Coco Gauff found out she too is positive and won't be able to compete. Tweeting, "It's always been a dream of mine to represent the USA at the Olympics, and I hope there'll be many more chances for me to make this come true in the future." According to the IOC, more than 60 people in the Olympic bubble have tested positive for the virus.
No matter what the number is, it's how quickly we identify them, how quickly the cases are taken away, quarantined and treated and looked after.
And with the games yet to start, we've already seen a number of breakthrough cases. A South Korean IOC official who was fully vaccinated has tested positive at the airport. And a vaccinated Czech volleyball player became the third athlete inside the Olympic Village to test positive. Over the weekend, small protests calling for the cancellation of the Games. I met Kyoko Ishikawa. She's been to every Summer Olympics since 1992.
Are you worried that this Olympics will create more coronavirus in Japan?
I hope this Olympic will be completed with limited risk.
The big issue here, David, is contact tracing. When 2 members of the men's South African soccer team tested positive, 21 members of their squad had to self-isolate. This system really could derail the entire Olympics. David?
All right, James Longman right there in Tokyo, every step of the way for us. James, thank you again.
Hi, everyone. George Steph.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Dow futures jump more than 200 points after the Dow suffers worst day since October. Stock futures jumped in early morning trading on Tuesday after concerns about the spread of COVID-19's Delta variant sent investors dumping equities, especially those directly affected by pandemic restrictions. And we are going to switch gears now, and let's go into weather. And here is a look at the weather across the United States for this Tuesday. As you can see, it's all dry up here around Boston, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, Albany, New York. And around New York and Washington is dry. Then you get by Charlotte and Atlanta, you see some little sprinkles of rain around here. And around New Orleans as well. And Florida, dry as well. And then around in the middle of the United States, Denver, Chicago, Indianapolis is dry there. And then you eventually make your way around Los Angeles and Phoenix and Las Vegas, some dryness with little sprinkles of rain in some spots of the United States. And that is a look at your weather across the United States for this Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And we are going to switch gears now. And let's take a look at this. Behind the scenes of Jeopardy with guest host Robin Roberts. All this week on Jeopardy, Robin Roberts is the guest host. Last week it was George, and now it's Robin Roberts. Very cool indeed. Let's take a look at that right now.
It's been here since December.
You left him that mug of Dunkin' with his cookies that night.
There's no Dunkin' on the North Pole?
You know the music, you know the guest host, the new guest host of Jeopardy. And the baton to Robin.
And I mean this sincerely, you set the bar very, very high, George, for all of us. And I had a wonderful time. It was stressful, but it was wonderful. I wanted to share a few of my favorite behind-the-scenes moments on set.
And now, here is the guest host of Jeopardy, Robin Roberts.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience I will never forget. I'm honored to be here. Guest hosting Jeopardy and paying tribute to the great Alex Trebek, who I was blessed to get to know well over the years. And I have to say, his spirit is very much here. Oh, the Jeopardy family, supporting me every step of the way. This is the first show. I have 4 more to go. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. Our returning champion. I say it right? I'm just hoping to each time get a little bit better and a little bit better. Let's see the categories. Alex made it look a lot easier than it's not easy.
She was great. She just brought a lot of positive energy to it.
There is a certain presence associated with her, and it's magnetic.
She has this knack for putting you at ease.
That is so good.
And making what could be a stressful and nerve-wracking situation fun and pleasant.
Oh man, I'm a pro. I got this. No, I don't. It was one of those lessons in life. You know, you venture outside of your comfort zone. When I left my hotel room this morning, I was really, really nervous. And I'm leaving here with a bit more confidence in myself. That I put myself out there.
And I got a front row seat to all the hard work and dedication that goes into making this iconic show.
You have magic here. But what's so great is that I know you know it. And that's the beauty of it. So I will go back home. I will continue to cheer you all on. And thank you for continuing his legacy as you have. My last remarks there were directed to the Jeopardy staff and crew. They are phenomenal, as you know. And as we know with our crew here, they are the lifeline. They really are. And to think about how they were blessed to work with someone like Alex Trebek, and then to have us newbies come in.
They train us all.
They do, they do. But I was just so taken aback by just the whole atmosphere of being there, and very, very grateful to them, and also being able to raise money for Be the Match on their registry.
And you're going to be hosting all week long, and you can check your local listing for showtime, and if you can't figure it out, just keep watching TV until she comes on. It'll be worth it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robert.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. Robert Roberts, guest host of Jeopardy. And let's take a look at this as well. Usher talks fatherhood, new baby in Vegas residency. Let's take a look at that right now.
Enjoy presentations with Canva.
We are back here on GMA. We're going to, what we're going to do, Michael? We're going to Usher.
Yeah, that's right.
Usher in the new week. Love how you do that. The global superstar, 8-time Grammy winner, Usher. He just kicked off a residency at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And Usher, welcome back. Welcome back to G.
It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. How you guys doing?
We're great seeing you.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to ask you now.
That's wonderful. I'm just warming up, just coming off the high of my opening weekend.
Oh.
I'm getting it ready for you guys to come out here in Las Vegas. You got your tickets. You know you guys are going to have a great time when you come. But everybody that already came.
Always a good time. Always a good time with you. And looking good. So did you get the haircut, not just for the residency? That's a good look.
Oh, yeah, no. You know, with me, I'm always, introducing something new. But the haircut definitely goes with the residency. But it's going to be here for a while, too, so get used to it.
Well, speaking of introducing something new, last time you were on the show, it was right before your baby daughter was born last September, and now you and your girlfriend, you expected another baby. So congratulations, man. And are you ready to change?
Man.
Are you ready to change 2 sets of diapers?
Well, I mean, I better get ready. There's no other choice. But definitely enjoying, this little baby boom of ours.
and the backstage experience, though, it must be a little different with babies in the mix now.
It is. And hey, it's been that way for some time, but this new addition to the family has just been exciting. We can't wait. I'm loving being a girl dad for once. I'm even changing my colors. I'm wearing pink and cool stuff like that.
Does she have a favorite Usher song?
Have never been. Do they have a favorite Usher song? I do wish that my kids listen to my music more. My second son, Naveed, he actually really is the one who listens to my music more than anything. Usher, he doesn't care. Sovereign, she just likes me to sing to her.
Any of them going to become your legends, you think?
I hope that Naveed does. Usher got my name. Sovereign, She just screams, but she screams oddly in key. You know?
That's saying something, screaming in key like that.
Yeah.
So, Usher, you have so many hit songs. How did you decide what to perform there in Vegas?
It was kind of a trial and error. You know, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, if you were a new fan or if you were a fan who just, you know, become a part of it and really want energy, I wanted to make sure I covered everything. So I went all the way back to the first album, and I gave a little bit of all of them. Even played a couple of B-sides, some, you know, features. But, man, it's going to be an amazing show like none other in terms of the techniques, you know, the dancing, the wardrobe. I spared no expense in making sure that this was an incredible show.
You know, it's been more than 15 years since you released Confession, one of my favorite albums. Obviously, everybody loved it because it was the top solo album of the 2000s. And we hear you're working on new music, so can we expect a new album this year?
You've heard some new songs, definitely working on new music. You know, I have a bit of a goal. You know, I would love for Confession to actually peak, selling 20 million albums. And we're not that far. We're actually really close. Me and my mother were just talking about it. She was here over the weekend for the opening. But I'm hoping, man, if we can get that thing over 20 million, it would be really an amazing thing. Just for history, you know?
All right, I'm going to go buy it again.
Yeah, hopefully, and then also to get ready for new music, so it's coming soon.
You were part of another piece of history. You went to the White House to celebrate Juneteenth becoming a national holiday with President Biden. That must have been a meaningful experience.
And beyond, you know, many years ago at the Essence Fest, you know, I wore a T-shirt that actually it had the 4th of July on it. It had Juneteenth underneath. And this was really an awakening, you know, for, you know, my people just to understand our independence. So to see, you know, Oprah Lee be there for the writing in and it becoming an official holiday, it really means a lot for us as Native Black Americans. And, you know, just for America to celebrate our culture the same way we celebrate so many other cultures, whether it's, you know, Puerto Rican or Mexican or any other culture. America is a multitude of color. And I'm just happy that my culture is seen and our independence is recognized.
Well said.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. Always good to have you here on GMA.
Thank you guys so much. Listen, I will definitely hold a spot for you guys front and center. Michael, you're going to be in the pit, of course. And I look forward to seeing you guys here in Las Vegas. I love you all, man, and I hope to see you soon.
Right back at you. And we've got a lot more ahead with Usher, taking us backstage at his new Las Vegas residency. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Rob.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. And let's take a look at Usher gives GMA behind-the-scenes look at the Vegas show. Let's take a look at that.
With my new TD Double Up credit card, I really get double cash back.
You do?
You guys, love.
Now with more from Usher in Las Vegas, GMA contributor Megan Wright met up with the superstar backstage to talk about his new show. And Megan, it's so nice to have you in studio with us for the first time.
So nice to be here. Thanks for having me. It was incredible to be backstage with Usher as he kicked off his residency at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. This segment is sponsored by Caesars Rewards and with a career spanning nearly 3 decades. You know this show is jam-packed with #1 hits. Let's take a look.
Peace up, A-Town down.
It's one of the most anticipated Las Vegas residencies of the season. Global megastar Usher taking the stage at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace. Our sponsor, Caesars Rewards, giving GMA exclusive access with the 8-time Grammy winner.
So you're getting a sneak peek. This is my perspective. So you get a chance to see how I look at it every night.
For Usher, it's a dream come true that sadly had to be delayed.
Why Vegas?
Because last year, July, we were supposed to start the show. And unfortunately, we were shut down due to the pandemic. So now coming back here as the grand opening, this couldn't happen at a more opportune time for people to just get back to normal and have a good time.
The multi-talented artist challenging himself and pushing physical boundaries on on stage.
There's nothing like a 2-hour show, and there's no workout in comparison to it when you're singing, you're dancing, you're entertaining, and you're keeping your energy up. I'm literally skating on stage.
How long have you been skating?
Well, every aspect of Atlanta and Southern culture is in this show. Skating is a major part of what we did as kids. I love skating. And I've been trying my hardest to find the perfect setting to bring the skate and music together.
Usher calling the show a celebration and the perfect opportunity to connect with fans. You do have some moments where you're close to the crowd.
The Coliseum gave me an opportunity to be closer to my fans. So there are moments where I was able to literally go through the audience and actually be in the aisle. I really wanted to make sure that if we're going to be here, we're going to do it the right way, and we're going to make it memorable.
I think I'm ready.
I got you. I'm going to usher you through.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
The superstar bringing GMA on a private backstage tour.
So what's cool about it is that you never know. At any random moment, you open the door. You could be jamming out, having a good time with the band, in preparation, obviously get ready for the show. So before I took possession of this incredible dressing room, Celine Dion actually designed this entire space with a kitchen and also to a living space. Actually, we all have her to thank when we come here because she made it so incredible.
Because this becomes your home.
Yeah, this is basically a home away from home.
Right.
Just take a look at some of the wardrobe. This is the opening outfit made by Balmain.
Amazing. This to me definitely screams on stage in Vegas.
On stage,
Vegas. You gotta do it like that.
If you're gonna do it big.
Right.
And Usher certainly knows how to make an exit.
I'm gonna let you ride out.
I'm just gonna take a quick ride, get my mind together before the show tonight.
And Usher's not the only superstar performing at Caesars Properties in Las Vegas this year. The all-star lineup will continue with Sting, Keith Urban, Rod Stewart, Morrissey, Gwen Stefani, and Shania Twain.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen Shania Twain there in Las Vegas. She puts, excellent. You didn't hop on the back of the bike?
I wanted to, but my hair, the helmet, trying to be safe,
What happened was...
Yeah, right.
It is great to see you, Megan. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. Usher Vegas residency. Cool. And let's switch gears now and go into entertainment news. And in entertainment news, Britney Spears calls out father and sister in new IG post. Let's take a look at that video from Entertainment Tonight.
Can't believe that Daniel deal you got me on my insurance.
Daniel, State Farm offers surprisingly great rates.
Britney Spears had some choice words for her family in her latest Instagram post. On Saturday, the singer took to Instagram to continue speaking out against her conservatorship, which is overseen by her father, Jamie Spears. But in this latest message, Britney also slammed her sister, Jamie Lynn.
Come on, get me on the floor.
Specifically, this performance at the 2017 Radio Disney Music Awards. Britney was presented with the ceremony's Icon Award, and Jamie Lynn surprised her sister on stage by singing a remix of Till the World Ends.
Come on, get me on the floor. DJ, what you waiting for?
I was singing to her the full time. This was for Britney.
E.T. caught up with a fellow performer, Sophia Carson, following the tribute.
And Jamie Lynn joined the performance.
I know, Britney was completely surprised, completely blown away.
Britney wrote in the message, "I don't like that my sister showed up at an award show and performed my songs to remixes." Britney also clapped back at criticism of the dance video she's been sharing to Instagram. She said she won't be performing on stage anytime soon because of the control her father would have over the performances.
Am I going to take the stage again? Will I ever take the stage again? I have no idea.
Britney wrote, I'd much rather share videos, yes, from my living room instead of on stage in Vegas. She added, my so-called support system hurt me deeply. Britney received some supportive messages in the comments.
She's just so sweet and down to earth and really an amazing woman, and I'm just so proud of her.
Paris Hilton wrote, yes, live your life, beautiful. You deserve happiness. And Nicole Snooki Polizzi left an invitation. Speak your truth, queen. You can come perform in my living room any day. Britney's message follows a major win in her ongoing conservatorship case. At a court hearing on Wednesday, Britney was granted approval to hire her own legal counsel.
I think it would probably be a good idea if the judge did authorize an investigation.
During that same court appearance, Britney was in tears as she spoke to the judge. Among her many emotional comments, Britney said outright, I want to press charges against my father for conservatorship abuse.
The question here, is there a legal claim? Is there a criminal claim? I think a lawyer would look at the totality of the case and determine what's our best claim here.
Following the court hearing, the Backstreet Boys offered their own message of support while speaking with ET.
I was just covering the Britney Spears conservatorship hearing yesterday. And, you know, I know you guys have such a history there. We just wondered, do you have a message for Britney, if you could say something to her, or just a sentiment for how you're feeling about what's going on with her right now?
I would say stay strong, hold your ground. We will pray for you, and I hope she gets what she deserves, which is her freedom.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And thank you for joining us for this Tuesday morning edition of The Morning Show with Riley King. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you back here later on today with more news coverage. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.